A creative brief is a crucial document in any project that involves creative work, from advertising campaigns to product designs and marketing strategies. It serves as the foundation for the entire creative process, ensuring that all stakeholders are aligned on the goals, expectations, and direction of the project. Writing a clear and effective creative brief can make the difference between a successful project and one that falls short of its goals. So in this YouTube video, I'm going to walk you through the steps of writing a creative brief that sets up your project for success. So first, what is a creative brief? A creative brief is a document that outlines the key details and objectives of a creative project. So it provides a roadmap for designers, marketers, writers, and other creative professionals, helping them understand the goals, audience, messaging, and deliverables. So the brief ensures everyone involved in the project has a clear understanding of the project's scope and objectives, reducing the likelihood of miscommunication and any wasted time. So while creative briefs can vary in format depending on the type of the project, they all serve the same purpose, which is to provide clarity and direction. So why is a creative brief important? A well-written creative brief serves a bunch of different important purposes. So it clarifies project goals. So it'll ensure that everyone involved understands the purpose of the project and what success looks like. And then it will help you align your expectations. So by laying out deliverables, deadlines, and expectations, a creative brief may help manage the scope of the project. Then it guides the creative process. So the brief acts as a reference point throughout the project, keeping everyone on track and aligned with the original vision. And then it saves time and resources. So with clear guidance from the start, the project team can avoid wasting time on misaligned ideas or revisions. So when we're looking at the key elements of a creative brief is typically divided into several sections, each providing important details that will guide the creative process. So here's a breakdown of the essential components to include. So first, you want to include the project overview. So this section provides a high-level description of the project. So it should clearly outline the purpose of the project and its objectives. So think of this as the why behind the project. So example, we need a series of social media ads to promote our new product launch with the goal of increasing brand awareness and driving traffic to the product page. Next is target audience. So understanding your target audience is crucial for any creative project. So this section should describe the specific group of people you're trying to reach. It should include demographic information such as age, gender, location, income level, and interest, as well as any psychographic insights that can inform creative decisions. So an example is our target audience is women aged 25 to 40 living in urban areas with an interest in fitness and wellness. They are active on Instagram and prefer products that are eco-friendly and sustainable. So then you want to look at goals and objectives. So this section should outline the specific goals the project aims to achieve. So be clear about what success looks like and how it will be measured. Goals can be both qualitative and quantitative. So an example is the primary goal of this campaign is to increase website traffic by 15% over the next 3 months. We also aim to grow our social media following by 10% and generate at least 200 product reviews. And then you want to look at key messaging. So the messaging section outlines the core message you want to communicate through the creative project. So what is the most important thing you want the audience to take away? The key message should be clear, concise, and aligned with the project's objectives. So an example for this is our message is that our product is both effective and environmentally friendly. We want to emphasize the product's natural ingredients and its positive impact on both health and the planet. So with the deliverables, this section outlines the specific deliverables that the creative team is expected to produce. So you want to be as detailed as possible, specifying formats, sizes, and any specific elements that must be included. So an example is your deliverables include 10 Instagram posts, 5 Instagram stories, 2 Facebook ads, and a 30-second video ad. All materials must align with the brand guidelines and use approved product images. And then when you're looking at the timeline, a timeline helps set expectations for when work should be completed. So you want to include key milestones, deadlines, and any important dates that need to be met. So this means product launch dates, event dates, or anything that could be of the similar sort. So an example of this is the final campaign must be ready to launch on June 15th. Draft designs for a social media ad should be submitted for June 1st for review, and the video should be completed by June 5th. Next is the budget. So you want to clearly outline the budget for the project, including any costs associated with production, design, or advertising. So being upfront about the budget ensures that everyone involved understands the financial constraints of the project. So an example for this is the total budget for the campaign is $10,000, which includes ad spend, design, production, and influencer partnerships. And then you want to look at competitors and market research. So include any insights on competitors or market trends that could influence the creative process. So this helps the creative team understand the landscape and ensure the project stands out. So an example for this is competitor brands like Brand A and Brand B have been running similar ad campaigns focused on sustainability. Our campaign should differentiate by emphasizing our superior product quality and unique eco-friendly packaging. And then you want to look at your brand guidelines. So if your brand has specific guidelines, you want to include them in the brief. And this ensures that the final creative work stays consistent with the brand's identity. So you want to use the brand's primary color palette and the approved fonts, and the logo should be placed in the top right corner of all assets. And then finally, there's an approval process. So you want to outline who will review and approve the creative work. And this section should define the approval process and any checkpoints for feedback. An example is drafts of the social media posts will be reviewed by the marketing team, and the final approval will be provided to the brand manager, and feedback should be given within 3 days of submission. And then when we're looking at tips for writing an effective creative brief, you want to be clear and concise. So you want to avoid jargon or overly complex language. So a creative brief should be easy to read and understand by all parties involved. You want to improve context, so you want to provide context. So you don't want to just state the goals, you want to explain why they matter. So providing context will help the creative team develop ideas that align with the bigger picture. Then you want to be specific. So the more detailed your brief is, the less room there is for confusion. So you want to specify what you want and provide detailed examples where possible. And then you want to be open to feedback. So creative briefs are living documents. So you want to be open to receiving input and make adjustments when necessary. And then you want to keep the focus on your audience. So you want to always think about the end consumer. The creative brief should serve as a tool for creating content that resonates with your target audience. And then when we're looking at writing a creative brief, it may seem like an additional step, but it's an essential one. So by setting clear goals, defining your target audience, and providing specific guidelines for deliverables, you ensure that your creative team can produce work that aligns with your vision. So a well-written brief helps streamline the process, improves communication, and ultimately leads to a more successful creative project. So whether you're working on an ad campaign, website design, or product packaging, investing time in crafting a detailed and thoughtful creative brief will pay off in the end. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you with writing your creative brief. And if you're looking for more digital marketing resources, please look in the description below, and I will see you in the next video.